It's a fascinating story, and I think in part it's because in the Rockefeller family there are many members who are sort of enticed by challenges. And so to some extent it's that. But I think it's deeper than that, because he, in fact, along with Blanchette, had spent so much time in Asia from 1929 on, regular visitors. And by the 1950s, he was becoming a collector of Asian art and was advised by the famous Sherman Lee on that collecting, and therefore we now have one of the most fantastic collections here at the Asia Society. So he was hooked on Asia at that period. He was certainly aware of the odds against an Asia Society work. I mean, it was not just the question of House Un-American and Senate Un-American Activities Committee. It was also immediately after the Korean War. It was with the memories of World War II, in which so many Americans, when they looked at Asia, said, this is a place which is full of poverty and full of war and nothing much else. And given all of that, I think that JDR III was making a bet on the future. And the bet was that the art that he knew about and treasured showed the very best of Asia, and that could rise again. And secondly, he was someone who knew people in Asia. We didn't just see them as countries, didn't just see them as a problem, but in fact had hundreds of people around China and Japan and Southeast Asia. So all of that, I think, led him to make a tough decision. And the one final thing about it is I had the pleasure of meeting JDR III 5 or 6 times. When you saw him make a decision, and I saw it a couple of times in a board meeting that I attended, he began to smile just slightly and to indicate that he was determined that it was going to work out this way. And somehow the whole room came behind him at that moment. So all of JDR III was in that really tough decision.